Hi, everyone. I am your host, Cindy, and welcome to my next episode. This series focuses specifically on finances and relationships before marriage and how it could be such an excellent way to help couples navigate money matters and build a strong foundation as a couple. So, I want to introduce to you today's episode, and this is called Debt, Dollars, and Disclosure. So let's dive in. Let's get comfortable with these important but sometimes tough conversations that I'm sure we don't like to have with our partners. So let me paint a picture for you. You're sitting down with your partner for a cozy dinner. Suddenly, they drop the bomb: student loan debt the size of Mount Everest. And then your jaw drops like, what the heck? Are you just literally telling me now that you have a load of debt? It can feel overwhelming, but having open conversations like these are so much better than letting those surprises pop up when it's too late to plan together. So, I want to just kind of cover and share some information about debt, credit scores, and income, and how it all kind of ties together. Now, I have some helpful tips for approaching these type of conversations and definitely approaching these with empathy and understanding. So, let's start with the full disclosure moments. Sharing your financial history openly, vulnerably, and transparently is so important. So, I want you to start with choosing the right time and also setting like the right moment, right? So, I actually have previous episodes. If you have a chance, go listen to those episodes. It talks about how to choose the right time and the right setting. So, but just make sure that you find a calm but yet private moment together, and make sure that you're both in a good mood. You want to set the tone for those conversations and have full disclosure moments. But always start with transparency and be vulnerable because, that can build a lot of trust with each other. Also, normalize discussing debt as a strategy, not a failure. Okay. Debt is not a failure. So I want you to frame it as like a team effort. Emphasize that it's your responsibility that you're willing to take on, but it's also a goal to work together towards shared financial goals. Sometimes partners might even be willing to help you and pay off your debt, and in turn perhaps you can also help out in other areas. So definitely communication is really important in this situation. Now, I'll share a personal experience of mine. I have more debt than my partner does. My partner literally has a little bit of debt, but he's willing to give me and contribute a little bit more, if when his debt is paid off, which will be really soon, that he will give me a little bit more so that I can pay off my debt. So, it wouldn't hurt to talk about it with your partners. You'll be surprised your partners may want to help you. And so that kind of goes into credit score impact and conversations. So, credit scores play such a vital role in achieving shared financial goals, especially for couples that are planning their future together. So, it will help with having access to loans or credits, like a mortgage loan. When you're wanting to rent, they will check your credit score. When you're buying a home, they will check your credit score, or in this case, your whole credit portfolio. And also, sometimes setting up utilities, they may even check your credit. So this is why it's really important. And I want to highlight, credit score impact and making sure that you're paying your bills on time, making sure that you're paying off those major debts. These are all things that can definitely help with your future. So, why is transparency such an important and vital key to healthy financial partnership? Like, why is it important? Well, number one, it's going to build trust, and you're going to need to have that openness and transparency, right? So, transparency is going to help to strengthen emotional and financial bonds with each other. It definitely will help to prevent misunderstandings or resentment down the line. Now, I want to share a personal experience of mine with a partner that I had. He failed to share with me that he wasn't actually saving money when he said that he was. And he admitted that he didn't know how to save. And it actually broke us apart because it broke that trust. Because he said that he was saving, and in actuality, he was not saving. And so we split up for like 5 months, and to be honest, it hurt our trust, but then we, got back together, we worked things out. He was very transparent with me with, about everything and even more. So, I just think that making sure that you have those conversations, being transparent early on is really going to help to prevent any resentment or misunderstandings later down the road. Now, a practical tip that I can give you in just building that trust is having regular money check ins, like literally having those conversations more frequently than not and checking in with each other every single week when it comes to finances. This is going to help to establish a trusted foundation, and it's really going to build a really strong bond with each other. So, now let's talk about surprises. Handling how are you going to handle financial surprises? Like things unexpectedly happen. How are you going to address unexpected financial situations? Well, first off, you're going to want to stay calm, right? Like don't lash out, don't jump to conclusions, but turning surprises into opportunities to problem solve together is probably the best thing that you can do. And that is something that me and my partner did. Surprises happen. Hey, surprise, I wasn't saving for my future. Okay, well, what are the opportunities that we can do to help problem solve this in the future, right? Like, how can we work together? The most important thing is creating a plan to manage those surprises, whether it's unexpected debt or hidden savings, whatever the case is. Work together, create a plan, create a budget, and stick with it. And this is going to help with those unexpected financial hits. So, I want to close with this. This is a short episode because, again, these are just bite sized episodes that I love to just give, some tips and tricks. And talking about debt, talking about credit scores, talking about your income can all be a really vulnerable topic. Like it's super sensitive and it can feel vulnerable, but it's such a critical step in building a future together, especially if you want to be married with your partner. Transparency is the foundation for trust. Trust is the foundation for everything else. So remember, you and your partner are a team, whether you want to spend the rest of your life with a person, whether it be through marriage, whether it be just by living together, whatever the case is, you and your partner are a team. It's not about perfection. We're not looking for perfection here, but it's about growing and it's about learning together. So, if you want more tips and some updates, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube, Apple Music, or Spotify so you don't miss out on any of my future episodes because this next coming episode is going to be big. Until then, take care.